What's up YouTube, this is TDK-EGGMAN here for the Throwdown Kings. Now it's been a while since we've posted any videos or even been active on Twitter that much. But we posted a tweet out the other day saying that we're going to come back and we're going to be producing a lot more videos, getting up as much content as we can to try and make up for it, and we're going to really give this a good push now. So we're back here today, and first thing we're going to do is a deck profile for my Toon deck. Toons, if you don't use them, they're pretty awesome. They have the downfall as well, but if you can get them going and working on song with each other, it's an awesome deck to use. It's a fun deck to use. So we'll jump straight into it, and I'll start with my Toon monsters that I use. First, I have one Toon Mermaid, original. Now, if you read some of the Toon cards, it actually says that they can be that they are special summoned, not normal summoned, and it's the older ones like Toon Mermaid, stuff like Toon Summoned Skull, Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and I think Toon Dark Magician Girl as well. So if you can special summon as many of them as possible, I suppose, in one turn. So that's a pretty cool move to be able to use. Also, Toon Mermaid is, I think, the only 4-star Toon monster that you actually have to pay 500 life points to attack with. The rest you don't have to. The other ones that you need to are Toon Summoned Skull and Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. And obviously everyone knows the effect of Toon cards are that you can attack your opponent directly as long as they don't control a Toon, which chances are if you're using a Toon deck you will not be going up against someone who's also using one, because then I suppose it just ruins the point of using Toons. So yeah, we've got the one Toon Mermaid there, and one Toon Goblin Attack Force. Then we have 3 Toon Masked Sorcerers. Now this one has an added effect. If this card attacks your opponent directly, you then get to draw a card. Bit more draw power, that's awesome. Then we have 3 Toon Gemini Elves. Again with another effect. If they do damage to your opponent's life points directly, then your opponent loses a card from the hand at random. Then I use 2 Toon Dark Magician Girls. We have 1 Toon Cyber Dragon. I'd probably like to run a couple more of those rather than my Toon Dark Magician Girls, but I don't have any more, so I can only run the one at the moment. Then I have 1 Toon Buster Blader. Pretty awesome. 2 Toon Summoned Skulls. 1 Toon Ancient Gear Golem. And 2 Blue Eyes Toon Dragons. Those are all my Toon monsters. Obviously I said that they have the downfall. That being obviously if Toon World you control gets destroyed, destroys all Toon monsters on the field. So, you know, if your opponent's capable of destroying your Toon Worlds or Toon Kingdoms, then you need to be careful. Some people are quite happy to go along with just the Toon monsters. I don't. I run other monsters as well. Not a lot, just a few, just as backup. So I'll go through those now. Just in case my Toon monsters don't work out for whatever reason, I like to have a backup plan. They're nothing major, but I have them in there for certain reasons. So just for a bit of defence, I use 1 Island Turtle and 1 Spirit Reaper. Obviously Spirit Reaper can't be destroyed by battle, so it's a nice handy card to have in there. Another one I use, well, another 2 similar effects. Raikou, Lightsworn Hunter, and Exploder Dragon. So Explosive Dragon, when it attacks a monster, or if that's destroyed, it will destroy whatever monster it battles with. Lights on Haunter is actually really good. I really like Lights on Haunter. It's a flip effect, and when it's flipped, you can target one card your opponent controls. It doesn't have to be a monster. It can be anything at all. So if they've got a really good magic or trap card that they've got on the field, there it goes. But it's at the cost of 3 cards from the top of your deck. Not great, but sacrifices. Next, I have 1 Magical Undertaker. Now his flip effect. You target 1 level 4 or lower spellcaster type monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So that's a Toon Gemini elf. Bring another one of those back. Karibo, obvious reasons. And none of those are really sort of like your big attacking monsters or anything. They're all there for their effects and whatnot. So just because of his effect and because he's only 1 sacrifice, a Jinzo. Like I said, they're strictly for backup. If there was enough good Toon monsters, 4-star Toon monsters, and they're easy enough to get out, I wouldn't run any of these. And to be fair, with some of the magic cards you might not need to. However, I've found them very helpful to have in there. It's good to have a backup, and those are mine. Next, I'm going to my traps, because I only have 5. Run 1 compulsory evacuation device, and 1 Toon briefcase. So, Toon briefcase is a good card. So when your opponent summons a monster, and I'll control a Toon, you can shuffle that monster straight back into the deck. It's a handy one. But then I run 3 Toon masks. 3 of them there. And Toon Mask is a good card. I really like Toon Mask. Let's see if that'll focus up. There we go. If you control Toon World, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Special summon 1 Toon monster from your hand or deck whose level is less than or equal to level rank of that monster, ignoring its summoning conditions. So there you go. That's 3 of those. If you noticed that I run quite a few high-level Toon monsters. So if someone else can get out a high-level monster, throw that out, and then nice and easy, that's one of my high-level Toons out into the field. And if I can do that all 3 times, then that's just an added bonus. Alright, so those are the traps. Only 5 of them, because my deck is mainly filled with the magic cards, which, again, if you run Toon decks, a lot of people know the magic cards are the ones that you need to have. Right. I run 1 Terraforming, so you can add a field spell from your deck to your hand. Obviously, that's for the likes of Toon Kingdom. I run 1 Monster Reborn. Obviously, we've said before here at TDK, we don't really go by the ban list. Every now and then we try and make the odd deck as legal as possible, but we're not overly concerned by the ban list. We find it more fun without it, and for that reason I'll keep Monster Reborns and Pot Grades and all that sort of stuff in my deck. So we prefer it, it's more fun. Ban list can be a bit crazy at times. So next, just the 1 Toon Mold. And again, Toon Kingdom, so you don't really need too many Toon Molds. I used to run the 3 of them. Found out it wasn't really necessary when you have enough Toon Kingdoms, so drop them just down to the 1. And 1 Sword of Revealing Light, just standard. Then I have 1 Shadow Toon. So you target one of your opponent's monsters while you have a Toon World, and then your opponent loses life points equal to that monster's attack. Great card if they've got some big high attacking monsters on the field. It's a really good card to use. Right, next we'll run 3 Toon rollbacks. So then this one, any Toon monster that you control use this, target it, and then it can make a second attack that turn. And obviously if it's attacking directly, that can be a real match winner for you. Next, 3 comic hands. So if you control Toon World, you can equip it to an opponent's monster. You take control of it, and then that card is treated as a Toon. So again, if they've got the same thing, if they're using big, strong monsters, good effects, all that sort of stuff, use that. Suddenly becomes a Toon. Again, you're attacking directly with it, and it's a great way to end the game as fast as possible. 3 in a Toon deck necessary. 3 Toon table of contents. Obviously, you can go searching out for any Toon card. So that's almost any of these magic cards, any of the Toon masks, and all of the Toon monsters. Nice and easy. Probably be used for Toon Kingdom. If I'm honest, that's the main one I'd use it for if I could. Next, run 3 Mimikats. Now, my ones are Korean because the English ones are expensive to buy on their own and stupidly hard to get out of boxes. I think I've bought 3 Dragons of Legend 2 boxes and I haven't pulled a single Mimikat or a single Toon Kingdom. And for £35 a pop, after a while it can start getting a bit boring. So buy the Korean Dragons of Legend 2 box, $15.99 off Amazon or off eBay, all the same sort of price. And the pull ratios out of that box are ridiculous. They are unreal. Out of the one box, got 4 Mimikats, 3 Toon Kingdoms, got a few of the Fang of Critias, Claw of Hermes, a couple of the Knights, plenty of the other Toon cards that come with it, the Toon masks, comic hands, all in Korean, but you get so many more than you would out of an English box. It was crazy, and it was well worth it. Now Mimikat, if you control the Toon World and a Toon monster, target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. If it is a monster, special summon it to your side of the field. Or if it is a spell or trap card, set it on your side of the field. So, again, if your opponent's destroying you with some pretty awesome cards, straight away you can get the upper hand with this card. Again, it's a real game changer, and it's cards like this that make the Toon decks, in my opinion, one of my favourite decks to use. Them, and then 3 Toon Kingdoms. Again, 2 in Korean, because like I said, they're a lot easier to get. The English one I had to buy separately, because like I said, I bought 3 boxes, didn't get anything from it. This cost me about £12 or £13. And obviously, if you want to buy 3 of them and 3 Mimikats, that's going to set you back a good £70 to £80. So just buy a Korean box and make sure you know what they do. Toon Kingdom essentially is Toon World. It turns into Toon World. Let's get this up here and see if that will focus up. Yes, no. Yeah, there we go. When this card is activated, banish 3 cards from the top of your deck face down. This card's name becomes Toon World while in your field zone. Your opponent cannot target 2 monsters you control with card effects. If a 2 monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 card from the top of your deck face down for each of those monsters instead. So, much better than Toon World, obviously. You are going to be banishing a lot of cards, let's face it, but if you can get your Toon monsters out, really you should be able to end it before you have to banish too many. It's an awesome card to have. You definitely need more than 1 from experience. Like I said, before I got the Korean box, I only had the 1, and if that gets destroyed, same thing, your 2 monsters go, but then you're left with Toon World, which obviously doesn't have any of the effects of banishing cards to protect your monsters, which is what you want. So you definitely need 3 of these. You might want to chop and change and take out some of the cards I use that I've got 3 of, up to your choosing, but I think in a Toon deck it's essential to have 3 Toon Kingdoms. I don't think you can do it with any less. Right, so that's my Toon deck. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to our channel. We desperately want to get up to over 100 subscribers. As soon as we can get to over 100 subscribers, we want to start doing giveaways. If we can get higher than that as well and keep going up, we're going to be giving away better prizes. Follow us on Twitter. We'll be posting any updates we have on there. Tell your friends, and we'll be in touch sometime soon. Thank you guys. Keep watching.